Hi, bro. Today we're gonna be talking about why women don't submit to quote unquote nice guys. Now, what I mean, nice guys, I don't mean, you know, if you're a nice dude, if you have a nice soul, right? If you have a nice soul, if you're an actual good human being, don't change that. Don't change that, right? Again, do not change that. But what I mean by nice guy, those are usually the types of guys that act nice, that and then they think they're gonna get some play, in which it never happens. If you act nice just to get some, it's never gonna happen. I'm just gonna tell you that. It's never gonna happen, bro. You don't have to act nice. You can joke around with her a little bit. She can take. Oh, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Women can take jokes, and women can joke too. Okay. You don't gotta be nice always. You don't gotta. You don't gotta glaze her. You don't gotta give her constant compliments. You don't gotta do that. You don't. You just don't. Live a little, bro. Live a little. Be free a little bit. They don't submit to nice guys because women can see right through that. Women can see, oh, he's putting up an act just so he can get some from me. Women see that. They see it. Very much so. And if you're also a dude who acts, either tough, who acts like, he's a bad boy, like a player, women can also see through that too. I'm just gonna say that. Women can also see through that too. Just so you know. And they know if you're getting some or not. They know. They know. They they talk about it too. They talk about it. Stories are heard around the city. Stories are always heard around the city, right? They know if you're a player or not. They know. They just know. And usually, I'm gonna say one thing. Usually, it's always the dude you never expected it from to be the guy that's been with a lot of women. And never, again, never underestimate anyone. Because you may think, that guy who looks good, who has, who's 6 foot something, 6 foot two, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, built, handsome, no homo, looks good. But usually it's the dudes that are just average looking. Usually it's like that. Most of the time. Really it is. I mean, of course, you also have the dudes that I just described before, that are 6'5", 6'6", have a good body, have a good face. I mean, yeah, of course, there are some instances, of course, but I've seen more average looking dudes, who happen to be players that have been with a lot of women. It's always a dude you never expected from. And they actually have legitimate proof that they have been with that many women. But then, you talk to the guy, the tall one, the Chad, and he's like, no, I ain't getting nothing. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time. You talk to the short dude, he's he's been with so many. Right now he's talking to five. Right now he's talking to five. He went out with one at 5 p.m. He's gonna go out with the second one at 9 p.m. And that's just a normal everyday occurrence for him. Normal everyday occurrence for him. Now you're just thinking to yourself, how is that? Because he's transparent, he's real. The average looking dude is transparent and he's real. He's not afraid to say. He's just not afraid to say whatever it is on his mind. He's not. He's very transparent. He says what's on his mind. He jokes around with her. She likes that because he's treating her like a normal human being. Let's say he's treating her like a bro, right? I mean, not really like a bro, of course. You throw in some flirtations here and there. You give some hints that you want to get with her, of course. Very, very normal, very basic. But that's the thing I want you to understand. If you don't have personality, looks don't matter as much. They do not matter as much. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, you may be a good looking dude, you have all of that, but how are you going to keep the woman? How are you gonna keep the woman? Do you have a personality? No. How are you gonna keep her? Because they're usually just gonna be around with the dudes who know how to talk, who got game, who have game, who are fun to be around with. And I'm not gonna lie, the same goes with dudes. Same goes with dudes. I've seen a lot of dudes just go for many women who are, let's say, quote unquote average looking, but they're very interesting and fun. You usually pick them instead of the woman who's a 9 or 10, 8, 9, 10. But but those 8, 9, 10 sometimes don't have conversation skills. Me personally, I'd rather go for the personality. I'd rather go for the personality. I'd rather go for that. Honestly, I would rather go for that than just be with a fine looking woman who doesn't know how to speak, who doesn't know how to talk. I'd rather be with an average looking woman who has abilities to speak and talk and which I can actually have fun with her. I'd rather be with that. I'd rather be with her. Same goes with a woman. She would rather be with an average looking dude who has good conversation skills, who also has game, who knows what to say, who is also very seductive. Women love being seduced. You gotta be smooth with it. You gotta be very, very smooth with it. You gotta be smart with it too. You gotta time it well too. It goes, this quote unquote game, it goes very deep. It goes very, very deep. You can't be stupid, bro. You can't be stupid. But yeah. But they don't submit to nice guys because what is there to submit to? You're not giving her any kind of challenge. She's just saying, hey, hello, hey, hello to you. Never laughed with you. Never shared any intimate moment with you. But with, the guy who is not afraid to say what's on his mind he's not afraid to say what he wants to her. He's not afraid to say it. She has fun with him. He's a challenge for her. He's a challenge for her. She loves that. She absolutely loves it. And he always keeps her on their tippy toes. He always keeps her on the edge. How does he do that? By being the best version of himself. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. He gives her the gift of insecurity. The gift of insecurity. Because he's always working on himself. He's never quitting. Never quit. Steady going to the gym. Steady reading his books. Steady working on his job. Steady grinding. Steady doing everything what he has to do to be the best version of himself. Doing everything what he has to do. Doing what has to be done. And that, in a way, does make her insecure. But she likes that. She likes that. Because she knows he's not gonna submit to her. She knows he's not gonna submit to her. She is gonna submit to him. And that is completely normal. And it should be normal these days. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. Women want a man they can submit to. But first, you gotta be the man they wanna submit to. You first gotta be the man. You can't, I'm not gonna lie, you can't be a little boy. You cannot be a little boy. I'm just gonna say that. You cannot be a little boy. You can't. You gotta have some edge to yourself. I'm not gonna lie, you gotta have some little bit of an edge to yourself. If someone tries to belittle you, put you down, you gotta stand up for yourself. You cannot allow any kind of disrespect as a man. And those nice guys, they don't have those kinds of qualities. What I just listed. They don't have respect for themselves. They don't. Because they just get walked over. They get walked over. Like they're nothing. But when you do have that, a little bit of an edge to yourself, they see that, they sense that. I mean, yeah, they're gonna test you a little bit, right? Women are gonna test you. Women always test you, right? Which is completely normal. It's just in their genetics. Just to see if you're a good fit for them. Just to literally see that. And that's completely okay. That is completely okay. That is completely normal. Completely normal. Completely normal. And you shouldn't even bat an eye to that. Not even bat an eye to that. I don't. I don't care. Because why? Because I always pass the test with flying colors. I don't even think twice because I'm being myself. I'm just being myself. Whatever I say, I know I'm not gonna regret what I'm gonna say next to her. Because whatever it is that I say it with full confidence. I'm fully confident in myself and I believe in myself. And women love that. People say cocky, arrogant, and so what? So what if someone's cocky, arrogant? If they can back it up, if they can back it up, I don't see why not. I don't see why being cocky slash arrogant is bad. I don't see that. I don't see it as a bad thing if you can back it up, if you worked hard for it every single day, day in and day out. I don't see a bad thing about it. I don't. Same way showing off your body, posting it on the ground, men and women. You worked hard for it. Of course you're gonna show it off. Of course. Of course. Your quads popping out, your shoulders popping out, chest, back, abs. Of course you're gonna post that. Of course, it's natural. Just being yourself. Being yourself is what women love. Is what women love when you're not faking to be anyone. And if you have some edge to yourself, quote unquote edge, if you say what's on your mind, if you're not scared to say what is on your mind, if you're dominant, if you're just masculine, if you work on yourself every single day, are able to protect yourself and your loved ones and everything else, they're most definitely gonna submit to you. Most definitely. But first, you gotta get to that point. They don't submit to nice guys because nice guys usually just put up a mask. They submit to men who are actually men, who provide, who protect, who are masculine, who work on themselves every single day, who are good human beings, who don't have to act nice just for some box. They get it automatically. And what I just said is very, very true. However it is that you take this, I could care less. I could really care less because I always think about it. I always think about what I say. I always think about it. But how you take this in, if you take it well, good job. You're a man. If you don't, you're a loser.